Okay, class, I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview. We're on week 7 and we are going to be transitioning over to Adobe Illustrator. If you look in here, Adobe has some really nice modules laid out that we can follow. These are the links that you would follow to get to those modules. Now, I want to give you guys the basics of how to find Illustrator, how to open it, make sure that everybody knows how to do this. I hit my search pane, Adobe Illustrator. Naturally, it's going to open. It might take a minute while it's opening. Is it going to? Okay. And then you would either go to File and Open, or if we're creating something from scratch, we would go to Create New. And also, another thing I want to point out to you guys: when you hand in your work, go to Export, Export As, and I guess I'll show you again this again later when we actually have something up, and you'll export it as a .png, and that'll be what you submit for grading. But let me show you how these Adobe modules work. These are the videos you'll be following. They start out extremely basic, and then they progressively get harder and harder. But the first thing you need to do every single time, you need to get the files for this module within Adobe. They'll download. I'm just going to put them right here on the desktop just to show you. They're zipped. This means that right now if you try to run them, you'll get nothing but errors. If you try to open them, it'll let you migrate to them through File, Open. And then you're going to get something like that, or it's going to pop an error or something. So I'm just going to stop this. So what you have to do, regardless of whether you're on Apple or Mac, see, it's going to keep doing it. I might have to close out Illustrator now, is you are going to have to extract them however it's done on your computer. With Windows 7, 10, and all that stuff, you can right click, go to Extract All. I'm going to put it right onto the desktop. See, it crashed the program. Okay, now these are the files that we need for the very first module. So we will go back into Illustrator. Each video will tell you which file you would need to download to complete the module. And then File, Open, and if you have a Mac, of course, you use this top folder. If you have Windows, you use the bottom one. And I'll double click on Tor 1 and see what comes up. And this is, as you run through the video and follow along, you know, this is obviously the file that you want to have open. And then when it comes time to save, File, Export. Well, you save your project, you know, as you're working on it. But when you're ready to hand it in, Export As, and you want to export it as a PNG right here. Give it a name, export it, make sure you know where it's going. This is going into the same exact folder I got it from. You can click on Documents over here or whatever. But that pretty much sums up the fundamentals, all the things you may have a question with, other than I do want to point out that in these modules, sometimes these Adobe modules are pretty short, so you might have 2 of them, but you won't submit every single thing you do. We'll just pick random videos for you to submit. This is the first one of the second module and the last one of the second module, and I can show you here. Here's the second Adobe module. Try that one more time. Okay, for whatever reason it's not reaching it right at the moment. Now if that ever happens, you can also reach these modules through Illustrator. Actually, I'm kind of glad that happened. you go over here to Learn, and all the hands-on tutorials and everything are lined up for you here. Here's the ones we're following. Here is Getting to Know Illustrator, that's Module 1. Create and Edit Objects, that's Module 2. And here it is, and you would get the files just like I showed you and follow these videos and these tutorials, and it lays out what you're going to learn. Most of these are pretty simple. This one's just how to use the line tool, and the very last one is how to trace a photograph, which is a raster image, and convert it into a vector image, which makes it a lot easier to scale without distortion and things like that. So have fun.